The rain tapped against the white studio windows as you stood in front of the canvas that had remained untouched for years. The strokes were frozen in time, colors bled but never formed the shape you wanted. It was the only painting you could never finish, the one that carried the weight of the night you lost everything. You lifted the brush, dipped it in crimson, but your hand trembled. The memory flooded back like a cruel storm, his back walking away under the yellow street light, the echo of his words. I can't stay, I have dreams, we were a mistake. Your chest tightened as the other memory followed, the sterile hospital room, your tears mixing with the scent of disinfectant, the doctor's voice telling you that the life you carried was gone. You had whispered, but he promised, only to choke on the silence that answered. The phone's sudden vibration jolted you out of the nightmare. You quickly wiped your tears and cleared your throat, but still it cracked when you spoke. Hello. Ma'am, your manager spoke warmly. There's a request. One of your most loyal buyers wants to meet you in person. He has bought almost every series you released. You sighed. You know I don't meet buyers. I know, but this one is different. He insists. He says he feels something every time he looks at your work. You looked at the unfinished canvas again, pain curling inside. Maybe it was time to close some doors. Fine, you said softly. I'll meet him. You ended the call and covered the canvas as you didn't want to look at it anymore, but you had no idea fate was about to mock you with the cruelest surprise. The gallery's silence was almost suffocating that evening. The sound of your heels echoed against the marble floor as you walked, each step slower than the last. The wide-brimmed hat shaded your face, your coat wrapped tightly around you like armor. For 10 years you had lived behind walls, hiding both your identity and your heart, and now one meeting threatened. Your manager leaned in, whispering as though afraid to disturb the stillness. He's here already, waiting in the private lounge. I'll be right outside if you need me. You gave a stiff nod, though your throat was dry. You told yourself this was business, nothing more. You were only here because your paintings were your livelihood, and he was one of the biggest buyers. Nothing personal, it couldn't be. But the moment you stepped inside, your body betrayed you. There he was, John Jungkook. The name itself was enough to ignite a firestorm inside you, but seeing him, it was worse. His presence filled the room just like it used to fill your nights in college. He was taller, his jaw sharper, his aura heavier with power. His hair was sleeked back yet carelessly falling over his brow, his piercing glinting under the soft light. He looked every bit the successful man the world admired. But his eyes, those eyes hadn't changed, deep, dark, searching. The same eyes that once promised forever before turning cold the night he walked away. For one wild second you wanted to run, to slam the door shut, escape into the night, erase the sight of him. But your feet betrayed you, carrying you forward until you stood across from him. You forced your voice to remain steady. I didn't know it was you. He stood, slowly as if even the movement carried guilt. His lips curved into something resembling a smile, but his eyes betrayed it. They were uncertain, almost nervous. I knew it was you. The first time I saw your work, I couldn't explain it. It felt familiar, too familiar. Every painting carried something I recognized but couldn't name until I knew. Your fists tightened at your sides, nails digging into your palms, and yet you still insisted on meeting me. He took a step forward, then stopped himself, keeping a careful distance. His voice was lower now, almost hesitant. Because I had to, because I couldn't stay away, not this time. Your chest tightened, but you forced a bitter laugh. Let's not play riddles, Mr. John. This is business. You are a client, nothing more. His jaw flexed at the title, as though it cut deeper than you intended. I never wanted to be just a client to you. The words hung in the air, dangerous, uninvited. You looked away immediately, fixing your gaze on the art displayed on the wall instead of the man who had once been your whole world. Fine, I know you must hate me, and I deserve that, but can we talk, please? Inside anger roared. How dare he stand here, speaking so gently as though 10 years hadn't passed, as though the wounds he left behind hadn't shaped the very art he bought at such high prices. And now he wants to talk? You exhaled sharply, steadying your tone into something detached. You have been a good Patreon to my work. I appreciate your support, but meeting in person wasn't necessary. The painting speaks for themselves. And I'm sorry, Mr. John, but I don't entertain my clients through conversation. He studied you in silence for a long moment, his eyes searching your face for cracks. They do, he admitted softly, but they also speak of you, of the person I... He stopped himself, his throat tightening around the words. You immediately cut in, not allowing him space to wander into the past. If you are here to discuss art, we can talk. If you are here for anything else, then this meeting is over. For the first time, his composure faltered. His shoulders dropped, his eyes flickered with something raw. But he nodded almost reluctantly. Then let's talk art. So you did, or rather you tried. The next 20 minutes were a blur of formalities, exhibitions, commissions, upcoming projects. Every sentence from your mouth was precise, professional, and measured. But underneath the polished words, your pulse raced. His voice kept tugging you back to the past, and his eyes, they lingered too long, too tender for a mere client. At one point, his fingers brushed over a frame as he said almost absently, "You always favored muted colors when you painted late at night." You froze. Your manager had never known that. No one had. "You don't know me anymore," he said sharply. His lips parted, but he swallowed his response, lowering his gaze. The room was suffocating. Too many ghosts pressed against the walls, whispering of nights spent laughing on campus benches, of promises made under stars, of a love that once felt eternal. But you forced yourself to stay still, to breathe evenly, to remember that this was business, even if your entire body screamed otherwise. The moment you stepped out of the lounge, you barely heard your manager's voice calling after you. The gallery walls closed in, the smell of varnish too sharp, the weight of his eyes too heavy. You couldn't breathe. You didn't remember the drive back, only the way your chest burned until you finally reached your studio, the one place that still belonged only to you. Inside, the familiar scent of oil paints and turpentine wrapped around you. You threw your coat and hat aside, as though shedding the shield you had worn. The silence of the room pressed against you, and then your eyes fell on it. The unfinished canvas. With trembling hands you uncovered it. The painting had haunted you for decades. A girl standing beneath a flickering streetlight, her hand outstretched toward a shadow walking away. The shadow was incomplete, its edges blurred, faceless. Every time you tried to finish it, your chest cracked open again. You lifted your brush, dipped it into dark paint, but froze mid-air. The memory surged back, drowning you whole. The rain beat softly against the dorm window, a steady rhythm that matched the pounding in your chest. The small desk lamp cast a warm pool of light over scattered notebooks and Jungkook's sketchbook, his pencil scratching lazily across the page. The room smelled faintly of detergent and instant noodles, ordinary safe his world. Your world was anything but safe. You sat on the edge of his bed, your hands cold and clammy, twisting in your lap. Your throat was dry, the words trapped, but you forced them out anyway. Jungkook, he hummed without looking up, his messy hair falling into his eyes, hoodie sleeves pushed up to his elbows. What is it? Your lips trembled. I need to tell you something. Something in your tone made him lift his head, brows knitting. Hey, what's wrong? The thunder rolled outside as if mocking your silence. You swallowed hard, then whispered, I'm late. I took the test. The pencil slipped from his fingers, clattering to the floor. His entire body stilled. What test? I'm pregnant. The words seemed to hang in the air, louder than the storm, heavier than the walls of that room. What? The word left in a whisper from his mouth. You searched his face desperately, your heart clawing for reassurance, for the boy who once swore he would never let you go. I'm scared, Jungkook. My parents will never accept this. They'll disown me if they find out, but I know we'll figure it out together, right? His chair screeched against the floor as he stood abruptly, pacing the narrow strip of carpet. His hands gripped his hair. His breath came fast and uneven. This can't be happening. This wasn't supposed to happen. Your heart dropped. Fear started gripping you. You stood too, tears pricking your eyes. Jungkook, please, don't say that. Just tell me we'll figure it out together. He turned to you then, and the look in his eyes wasn't the one you remembered. It wasn't love or fear or hope. It was panic, it was distance. He shook his head, his hands dragging down his face. I can't do this. You don't understand. Then make me understand. Your voice rose, laced with fear. I thought you loved me. I thought we were in this together. He flinched like the word love had cut him. His chest heaved, his eyes dark and glassy. I did, but I'm terrified, don't you see? My parents already think I'm nothing, a disappointment. If they find out, if the world find out, I'll lose everything I've worked for. They'll cut me off, You stare at him, heart pounding, waiting for the words that would follow. The promise, the reassurance, the thing you needed most, but instead his voice broke. I can't be a father. Not now, maybe not ever. This was a mistake. The word mistake sliced through you like a blade. Your knees nearly buckled, your breath catching. A mistake? Are you serious? Your whisper trembled, tears burning your eyes. Is that what I am to you? Jungkook's gaze dropped, his fist tightened at his sides. He didn't answer, he couldn't, and that silence was your answer. That was the night everything shattered. The painting loomed in front of you, its unfinished strokes a wound that never healed. Your chest rose and fell unevenly as you stared at it, fingers curling into fists at your sides. You don't get to talk, Jungkook. You muttered, your voice trembling with heat. Not after that night, not after what you left me with. Your reflection blurred faintly in the glass of the frame, tears stinging your eyes but refusing to fall. You think time erased it, that maybe the hurt just faded? A bitter laugh slipped out, sharp and empty. No, it stayed, it grew with me, every single day it grew. He took a step closer to the canvas, almost as if it could hear you the way he never had. I hate you for being a coward, for making me carry it all alone, for leaving me to break while your voice cracked, while you went on like nothing happened. The brush still lay where you abandoned it, stiff, its bristle dry with the last color you used. You reached for it, then let your hand drop. I don't even know what hurts more. You whispered that you left me when I needed you most, or that after all these years I still can't stop painting you into everything. The silence pressed back at you, but the words didn't stop. You have no right to my memories, Jungkook, no right to my pain, and yet you let out a shaky breath. You are still here, in every stroke, in every unfinished thing you left behind. 2 days later, you walked out of the cafe near your studio, paper cup in hand, trying to drown yourself in the comfort of bitter coffee, and then you felt it, that shadow, that weight of someone's eyes on your back. You didn't even need to turn to know who it was. Wyan. His voice finally broke through, low and rough, like he had been rehearsing it. You froze mid-step. For a second, you considered ignoring him, just walking away like he was nothing but a stranger. But the years of betrayal, the nights of hate, the memory of his words, a mistake, chained you still. So you turned, and there he was, standing a few feet away, hands stuffed in his pockets, dark eyes searching yours like he had the right. What do you want? Your voice was cold and sharp. He flinched but stepped closer. I need to explain. You let out a dry laugh. Explain? After all this time, after following me around like some ghost, you lost that right the day you walked away. Please, he started, but you cut him off, fire rising in your throat. No, you don't get to ask me for anything, Jungkook. Not time, not forgiveness, not even a single word. You wanted freedom, you got it. You wanted to pretend none of it mattered, you succeeded. But don't come back now and try to rewrite the story. His lips parted, his shoulders tensed, but he said nothing. The silence only made your blood boil more. You stepped closer, your coffee trembling in your grip. You were still the same coward who left me in that room, shaking and terrified, begging you to stay. You are still the boy who called me and our child a mistake. I was scared, he whispered. You were selfish. You shot back, the tears burned your eyes as you continued. I carried your child alone, and when I lost it, do you know what it felt like? It felt like dying while breathing. It felt like screaming in a room where no one could hear. His jaw clenched and his eyes glistened. I didn't know, I swear if I had, but he didn't stay long enough to find out. Silence stretched between you. His hand twitched as if he wanted to reach for you, but you stepped back. Congratulations, Mr. John Jungkook. You became the man you wanted to be, but I became the woman who had to rebuild from ashes. He swallowed hard, tears were coming from his eyes. I was a coward. I thought love could wait, but dreams couldn't. I thought you would forget me. But I never forget you. Every success, every stage, every celebration, I saw your face in the shadows. You laughed bitterly. Do you think regret heals the scars? That your guilt redeems the hell I went through? Your tears won't melt me, Jungkook, just like mine didn't able to hold you back. You were so heartless to leave me alone in that condition. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, he admitted, tears rolling down his cheeks. But I would give up everything now, just to go back and choose you. For a moment, silence engulfed you both, but some wounds cut too deep to be healed by late apologies. No, you don't need to go back in time, you said softly but firmly, because I will never forgive you. Because forgiveness means I would let you back into a place you don't deserve anymore. But I will thank you for leaving, because without that pain, I wouldn't have become who I am today. His lips trembled, but he nodded. Then I'll carry the regret for both of us. You walked away, finally breathing without chains, and for the first time in 10 years, you felt free.